Handheld power drills are one of the most useful tools in the shop. They can spin various bits that can drill holes, drive screws, and mate nuts and bolts. Once you finish this video, you will be a drill master. First, let's take a tour of the drill. There are 6 main parts you should know. This is the chuck. It is attached to the spindle which spins the bit. Spin the chuck to the left to loosen it, and to the right to tighten it. Remember, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Behind the chuck is the clutch that disengages the drill above a certain torque or twisting force so that you do not break or strip screws. Set the clutch to a lower number when driving fasteners and a higher number or to the drill setting when drilling. Behind the chuck is the speed control. 1 is lower speed, and 2 is higher speed. This is the trigger. The trigger responds to pressure and will increase power the further you push it in. This button controls the direction the drill is spinning in. Press the button to the right to drill in or tighten, and press it to the left to drill out or loosen. The middle position locks the trigger. Finally, this is the battery. Typically be removed by squeezing the side buttons and pulling. Now you are ready to drill. First, we need to choose our bit. These bits are for drilling holes, and these bits are for driving screws or mating bolts. Each of these bits comes in many shapes and sizes, which we will address in another video on drill bits. To begin, you must fix the bit to the drill. To secure your bit, spin the chuck spindle collar to the right to tighten the jaws until you hear it click. Make sure the bit is lined up straight inside the jaws. Pro tip: hold the chuck in one hand and lightly press the trigger and let the drill do the work for you. To remove the bit, simply spin the collar in the opposite direction. To drill a hole, set the torque to drill. Position the bit on the material where you want to drill the hole, holding the drill directly perpendicular to the target. Pull the trigger and press into the material. The harder the material, the faster you need to drill. And then pull the bit out, keeping the trigger engaged. If you release the trigger before you pull the drill bit out, the bit will get stuck. The steps are similar when driving in a screw, though the torque and power settings will be different. For example, when driving a Phillips head screw into pine, you want to use a relatively low torque setting and the lower power setting so that you don't overdrive the screw into the wood and break off the head. When driving screws into harder materials, be sure to drill a pilot hole with a drill bit half the diameter of your screw. This will make driving your screw easier and prevent you from breaking the head off of the screw. Mating nuts and bolts is similar to driving a screw, except instead of screwing directly into a material, you are mating the bolt with a nut. To do this, you must secure the nut with a vise, a wrench, or a pair of pliers so that it does not spin out. Start mating the nut to the bolt by hand. In this case, I am using vice grips to secure the nut. You can learn how to use vice grips by watching our How to Use Vice Grips video here. Now, simply drive the bolt into the nut as you would a screw. There are many more things to keep in mind when using a hand drill. Don't over-tighten anything. Drills are dumb and powerful. They will keep driving and break your material or strip your fastener. Don't try to remove a screw with the drill bit. If a screw is stuck, use high torque and low speed to remove it. You don't want to strip or break the head. Make sure to firmly stabilize your material against something solid. That thing should not be your hand. When drilling on a work surface, be sure to put a piece of scrap material beneath what you are drilling into. And please, make sure that the bit is aligned properly.